Oh my God, what the hell is this? He's gonna try it!
And will this be enough? My God, how do you take it?
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Ruckus Wrestling. Yes, we're on Wednesday, as we said, with the holiday coming up. We're going to be traveling tomorrow, so we're good there. But alongside my tag team partner in this journey, Justin Toner, how we doing?
I am fantastic.
Good.
Not just for the obvious reasons.
Right.
But you know, it's had this week off in between switching from my previous job to my new job that's coming up. So I had time to chill and going to be spending time with the family on Friday for the 4th. So, and I already took a look at the spoilers for Smackdown.
I'll try to avoid them. Now, some I did see.
So I'm not going to say anything about the spoilers here, but needless to say, I'll say someone returned that made me very happy.
Yeah.
And because I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch the show live or I'll have to wait till I get home later in the evening and watch the DVR recording. So, but we'll get to, the big exciting thing is it's back to 2 hours. Hallelujah.
Right.
Praise Jesus.
Right. But basically, Pittsburgh got the bang for their buck, right? Because they did Raw and then immediately did SmackDown, correct?
Yeah, it's like you got to see both Raw and SmackDown back to back. So
I don't know the last time they've done that, but aren't they looking to do that? Like going forward, they're looking to sometimes do multiple shows.
if for the if there's like a holiday later in the week, that makes sense. So that gives the talent time off to spend time with their families. Enjoy the holiday.
Gotcha.
They do always do that around Christmas. They tape stuff ahead of time. So.
Gotcha.
That's because this week's NXT was taped last week, so that they can have this whole week off.
Gotcha. Well, as far as someone not really taking much off, Ric Flair's going to have surgery again. I'm not going to show the picture, but dude's in bad shape.
Yeah, it looked pretty gnarly.
He just basically is saying he's going into surgery. We don't really know what exactly it's for. But hopefully Rick can get through this. I mean, it feels like
I thought he mentioned that he's dealing with skin cancer, so I don't know if it's related to that.
I don't know.
Just like how JR had to get the surgery for colon cancer, that thankfully went very well, and they cut all that shit out. So
yeah. So hopefully, Rick, as he always does, just hopefully speedy recovery on everything and just get better, man.
Look, and and Hogan's been dealing with some health issues as well lately that Bischoff has let people know about. It's like, and look, Hogan and Flair have both done and said things that are not kosher.
No,
it's like everyone knows that at this point. If you're in the know, they're not perfect. They're human beings,
right?
But to wish ill will on them, no matter how you feel about them, not cool.
No.
It's like, it's like I follow the axiom that since I'm a Christian, as Jesus said in the Bible, it's like told people not to hate your enemies, but to love your enemies, which is not easy.
No.
It's like, that's one of the biggest tests is like not to hate your enemy. It's like your people that you may not like. It's like, because that leads you down to doing bad things and thinking bad things.
Yep.
So
I mean, during an interview with John Cena and Idris Elba put Hulk Hogan on his Mount Rushmore. So
as I would growing up with him, it's like he changed the business. It's like it's like you can't deny that. It's like
it's just like outside the ring. Yeah, not that great of a person. But he did a lot for wrestling when he was
like Hogan drew me into wrestling when I started watching wrestling. It's like, it's like I was a Hulkamaniac. So it's like, if it wasn't for Hogan, I wouldn't have gotten pulled into wrestling.
No. But yeah, hopefully Rick can get through it.
Well, people can join us tonight. It's like I said, it's we're doing a day early because of the holiday. It's like you're going to spend with tough with family. So, so hopefully we'll see some of our regular pals pop in.
Yeah. Hopefully so. Speaking about regular, yeah. But speaking about some pals that might be going elsewhere, it was already rumored that the WWE was targeting Private Party and Danhausen because their contracts are coming up with AEW, and it doesn't. I mean, they haven't been on TV in forever, so most of the time that if you haven't been on TV, means that Tony Khan and them have come to a standstill.
I thought I heard Danhausen say that his contract was coming up, so it's like it sounds like he's not going to be. They're just going to let him go.
Yeah, so same thing with Private Party, which typically that's kind of how AEW does it. Now there has been a couple of them who did get released, but typically Tony Khan will adhere to your contract and see it all the way through, and then once it's over, they on that. Now the bigger one is Britt Baker, which is not really that big of a surprise of all the stuff behind the scenes that we would hear about.
Yeah, because she's been benched for almost a year at this point.
Right. I mean, the last time we saw her was like Serena Deeb.
That was November of last year. Was the last time she was on AEW television.
Right. And obviously, her feud with Mercedes Moné and, the quote unquote sandbag and all the other stuff just left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. But that's no here nor there. The thing is it sounds like she's wanting a release. I think it'll change the scenery, and her in NXT would be great. But Tony's probably going to not take her out of the contract.
There's a lot of conflicting reports. There's people are saying that she's looking to out, and then other people reached out and they're saying they haven't heard that. So it's like I would not be surprised if she's looking to get out of her contract early, because I mean the fact that after the looking at Serena Deeb and saying nobody cares, which was caught on camera on mic. It's like when obviously they were trying to set up something between them as a feud after she was done with Mercedes last year. Not a good look, and hasn't been seen since. And some people have their issues with Britt, which is understandable because some of the well-known behind the scenes issues between her and Thunder Rosa that happened, and then that and other stuff. For whatever reasons that we are not privy to, and that they have not, say anything publicly, and that's their choice and none of our business. Her and Adam Cole ended their long-term relationship last year.
Right.
That was just before she came back from a lengthy injury last year. On top of that, that was really rough for her, as she talked about when she came back on television last year. So she's been through a lot personally. It's like dealing with the injury, breaking up with Cole, and then all this stuff. So it's like, I'm willing to give people second chances. I mean, people were like, oh, let's see how long Punk's going to last in WWE after what happened in AEW. And what's happened? Awesomeness.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much everything he's done. I mean, him and Drew McIntyre gave us feud of the year last year. They created magic out of a freak injury, and we got the one of the best Hell in a Cell matches in ages as a result to blow off the feud. So it's like I'm sure WWE would be interested in any of them. The one I would definitely think would be the best pickup for sure would be Private Party for the tag division, because those guys can go. They're very talented. I mean, it looked like they finally were give him something when they gave him the tag titles last year when they beat the Young Bucks. It's like, but then the reign didn't go anywhere, and then they got jobbed out to the Hurt Syndicate. It's like, and Hurt Syndicate have held on to the titles ever since. So, it's that was unfortunate, and after that they just disappeared. So obviously Tony doesn't have any kind of long-term plans for them anymore. It's like, so, which is unfortunate. There, it's like, they've had to battle a lot of injuries and other stuff and bad booking. It's like try to get over. It's like, because like when AEW first started, like Private Party, I thought was one of the teams that was going to be like, oh yeah, these guys are going to be tag team champions. They're going to be one of the stars of the tag division, and it's like they didn't win the tag titles until last year,
Right.
and they were there from the beginning,
Right.
So it was like what injuries, yes, derailed that, but it was like they got thrown in with Matt Hardy and all that stuff. It's like they were given stuff, but it felt like they were just going nowhere.
Yeah, they're circling the wagons. There really wasn't any direction to them. Which, I mean, going into the tag division at WWE, at least it changed the scenery. Like, I think they'd be great on NXT. Obviously, SmackDown, Raw's a different story, but we can get there. But Danhausen is going to be weird. It sounds like WWE's interested in him. He's such a good character and can draw monies, as he would say. But
I'm sure people would love to see Danhausen play off R-Truth to see who can make people laugh more.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he's the kind of...
Danhausen has a very unique character and style. It's like that has endeared him to a lot of wrestling fans. It would be very interesting if they decided to bring Danhausen.
Yeah, I'm just like, he's such
like if Ron in his last run here with WWE with his new contract wants to be more serious and less jokey, if they want to have the jokey, over the tops, silly character, in that R-Truth is not going to be that anymore, then having Danhausen come in and fill that role would make perfect sense.
Right. No, it would. And he can do it. I just don't know how long the gimmick will last. That's the thing. So
yeah, it's like he never got it. Like, he was used, he was in storylines, but he was never. You never got the sense that Tony seriously considered like putting like a belt on him or anything like that. It's
right. Right.
So,
but if you can make Mr. Iguana work, you can make Danhausen work.
Exactly. And as for Britt, I mean, I think it'd be a little bit tougher, but I could see that they would be willing to give her a shot. I mean, seriously, NXT could definitely use her because, it's like, both, there's still plenty of talent there that are eventually going to start moving up to the main roster within the next year or so. And we already saw like the big exodus this year. It's like, Roxanne, Stephanie, Julia on the main roster, and Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. They're not going to be in NXT for like a lengthy period of time either.
No, because Julia and Stephanie Vaquer basically were there for maybe
half a year at the most,
maybe a year.
Yeah.
And they're already on the main roster.
Well, like Julia debuted in October, and they were already showing her on the main roster like around Mania time. So it was like that's like pretty fast. And both in like they both like got belted. It's like it was like the NXT run on fast forward for those two. It's like because for understandable reasons, because how talented they were, how talented they are, and everything that Triple H was like. It's like Sean. It's like, can I have him for a little bit longer?
Right.
Hunter, please. Like,
right.
They're so good. It's like,
yeah.
It's like I need them. I want them on the main roster, like soon, man. It's like, damn it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about all we have for news. Kind of a short news week. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Outside of what happened tonight at Champions, not much else going on, and so many injuries. It's like Chad Gable got his surgery the other day for his shoulder, so speedy recovery to him.
Yeah. And
people are wondering, well, what's going to happen with All Grind Americana? Well, we'll get to that when we talk about Raw, because oh boy.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about SmackDown first. How about that?
Yes.
All right. So the show's supposed to open with the promo.
Oh, by the way, yes. Dynamite is going on. We'll talk about Insta thoughts on Dynamite. We're keeping an eye on what's going on in Dynamite. We watched like first hour before the show started, and so we'll do a quick and dirty thoughts on Dynamite once the show's over here in the next about half an hour or so. Yep. All right, let's go to SmackDown.
So the show was supposed to open with a promo face-off between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton to hype up the King of the Ring match, but there was a power outage in the building and caused the international live feed on Netflix to go down for about 30 minutes. The camera crew at ringside were still able to record what was said via the handhelds, and when the show aired later on USA in the US, they showed that footage with a message apologizing for technical issues. It was weird, but it was kind of like a weird, cool production.
It was because I was one of many people. I had the day off on Friday. And plus it was D&D night with my friends, so I used a VPN to watch SmackDown live on Netflix, and ran into that happening because it's like when it happened, I was like, what's going on? And like the longer it went on, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because
right, and of course all this and all the stuff
everyone's like, what the fuck is going on with the feed? It's
right.
like, I was like,
yeah, because I was like seeing that, and then saw like Randy Orton was like hyping up the crowd and stuff as they're doing the power outage. So because at first you're like, it's Saudi, Middle East.
Because they had to keep moving. You didn't see the interaction between Cody and Randy that they were recorded when the feed was out until it was it was broadcast later on USA that evening. So since I have a direct capability on Sling TV, it's like I had the episode set to record, so I got to check that out later that night. After
it actually looked kind of cool.
Dungeons & Dragons,
in a sense, the way they did it.
Yeah, no, it actually the audio was actually pretty solid. It's like it actually turned out pretty decent. So yeah, it's like some kind of power outage happened in the building over there in Riyadh that caused the feed to go down. And it affected like the monitors and everything inside the arena. It's like they were down. It's like in some people were joking that maybe it's like some camels chewed on the cables or something. It's like online. It's like I saw on X.
Right.
But that was unusual, but they were able to recover and pretty well paced out the show to keep it within the 2-hour thing, despite the delay that happened because of the outage. They were able to keep things moving pretty smoothly. So they all did it pretty well together for the USA broadcast later in the evening. So good job to the WWE production crew on that.
Yep. Okay, so then Michael Cole and Wade Barrett again apologized for the issue, and the show continues. Solo Sikoa was backstage telling JC Mateo to take care of Jimmy Uso in their match tonight. JC Mateo beat Jimmy Uso after Solo distracted him, and JC hit Jimmy with Tour of the Islands for the win. After the match, Solo offered Jimmy a chance to join him and offered a hug, but Jimmy slapped him, and he and JC started to beat down, but Jacob Fatu came out to make the save. In the back, DIY was arguing with the other tag teams again over the Wyatt Six. Nick Aldis showed up, and Gargano complained about the Wyatts getting a title shot against the Street Profits tonight. Aldis called Andrade over and told Andrade to find a tag team partner for a match against DIY tonight, which pissed off DIY off more. They replayed the promos Julia and Zelina Vega cut last week to hype up their U.S. women's title match. And the Beautiful Madness, Julia defeated Zelina Vega to become the new women's United States champion after hitting the Northern Light Bomb for the pin to win the title. Julia celebrated the win on the turnbuckle with the title as the pyro went off. Michael Cole announced that the SmackDown is finally going back to 2 hours starting next week for the pre-taped 4th of July episode. Charlotte Flair was backstage with Alexa Bliss. Flair said she doesn't need friends. Bliss said it wouldn't hurt for them to be on the same page. Bliss said they could be allies of convenience and told Flair to think about it, and she left as Flair considered it. Wade Barrett was in the ring to host an interview segment with the Queen of the Ring finalists, Jade Cargill and Asuka came out, and Jade said she was going to win Queen of the Ring and then the whole damn throne at SummerSlam. Asuka said that Jade is strong, but power is not everything. She has the experience and skill, and Jade is not ready for Asuka. Naomi interrupted, holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. She said they can argue about Queen of the Ring, but the briefcase, she has all the power. Naomi said maybe she'll cash in after Tiffany and Nia Jax destroy each other later tonight. She had the power to take everything from Jade just like she did before and would love to ruin her title chances. Jade knocked Asuka. What'd you say?
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. Jade knocked Asuka over to attack Naomi on the apron. Asuka didn't like that and laid Jade out with some kicks to stand tall to end the segment. Backstage, Nick Aldis was talking to Adam Pearce about the women's tag team title situation due to Liv's injury. While Aleister Black went into the room to talk to Aldis, but R-Truth came in to interrupt, saying that he wants Cena tonight. Aldis said that Cena is there for CM Punk, not Truth. Aldis told Black they'll talk about his stuff, but Black walked out of the room after Truth. Andrade and Ray Phoenix defeated DIY with Andrade hitting the message. R-Truth came out to the ring calling out John Cena to face him. Aleister Black appeared behind Truth, so when Truth turned around, Black hit Truth with a black mask. Black told Truth they are even now. Aleister Black ran into Damian Priest backstage. Black told Priest to tell Truth that he should stay away and that his debt with Truth is paid. Priest told Black that if he faced Truth one-on-one, then it might be a little different. Black said he's sure it will be and left. Carmelo Hayes walked in to tell Priest to mind his own business before he ends up a casualty. Priest told Melo to walk away, and Melo said that the truth hurts. Street Profits defeated the Wyatt Six via DQ to interference from DIY and Los Garza. The tag team brawled with the Wyatts after the match. Called that last week because they're not going to bury Wyatts, or they're just not going to turn it over with the Street Profits. Tiffany Stratton defeated Nia Jackson last women's standing match to retain the WWE Women's Championship. Naomi tried to cash in, but Tiffany stopped her. Tiffany hit Nia with 2 forearms and the Money in the Bank briefcase, and knocked her off the apron and threw 2 tables on the floor. That was enough to put Nia down for the 10 count, and Tiffany wins. In the main event segment, John Cena came out to cut a promo on CM Punk, but came out to interrupt to Cena's old World Life Thugonomics theme, dressed up in Thugonomics Cena with the Cubs throwback jersey, jorts, and a backwards hat, which was a Bulls hat, padlock chain necklace with the words drug-free on the pair of knuckle bracers. He also has, and also on the Jumbotron, it said Punk Life. Punk said that this is a basic punkonomics. Cena plagiarizes pipe bomb, so he's stealing word life. He cut a rap promo, trashing Cena and doing a mic drop at the end to close out the show. So I want to start with that promo.
Okay.
It was cool. I'm indifferent because it did what it needed to do. It was also a little corny. So I liked what they were going with, but this just proves why the pipe bomb is so magical. Because even when Cena does it, it just hits different. When he's doing this, it just feels more gimmicky and not real and authentic. But he did have some good lines, which Punk can do. But Punk, that's the thing, is Punk doesn't need the rap promo gimmick to mock John in order to get across what you need to say. Like, I mean, this whole thing about, I would be leaving too if my ex was here or something like that. So, but yeah, your thoughts on it. But I just thought it was fun. It was good. I enjoyed it, but I did thought it was a little corny.
Yeah, I laughed really hard realizing what he was doing as soon as like the music played and I saw Punk Life. I'm like, oh my god, he's coming out as like Thugonomic Cena, isn't he? And then he came out all dressed like with Chicago team's gear, with appropriate, and it's like. Right. But I did love the drug free. Like the little touches like that were funny.
Again, it did what it needed to do.
It did.
Just a little corny.
It was corny, but he had some good zingers. Cena's reaction was great. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the best thing ever, but it was music. It's like, so I'll give it that.
Yeah. With the Damian Priest, R-Truth, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, it just feels like we're just throwing wrestlers at each other with no filler.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to figure out like a direction for some of these guys in the mid card.
Yeah. Because it's like Priest, I mean, we know Priest can make what him and McIntyre did. So they can definitely make a good feud. It's just Aleister can definitely do it, and Priest can definitely do it. And then you just randomly have Carmelo Hayes in there. I'm like, I'm glad they're using him, but it just feels like, hey, you go say something, and then we'll just figure it out from there. So didn't really, I don't know, just really didn't do anything. And I hope this doesn't mean like, R-Truth came back, great, now we're done. I hope it don't stop.
It feels like they're setting up for it feels like him and Aleister Black isn't like really over yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think Truth's going to take the Black Mass line down. Even though he's like, well, we're even now. It's like, with Truth's probably not going to be like, nah, brah.
I'm especially after what happened at Night of Champions and what's going on with SmackDown. I like the whole Solo, Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso stuff going on. I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
So I think they're booking it correctly so far.
Yes. Yeah, especially after what happened at Night of Champions. Yeah, I liked where this was going. It's like, and our suspicions were correct. for what happened between them at Night of Champions, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen going forward. That was all good. The Tiffany Nia Last Woman Standing was good, not great. I thought it's like the ending was good with Naomi trying to do the cash in, but Tiffany thwarted it and then used the Money in the Bank briefcase as a weapon to put Nia down. That all I thought worked, but they've had better matches than this. So
I'll put it this way.
Yeah, this should hopefully be the end of Nia and Tiffany.
Yeah. Yeah, you always got to have a trilogy if it's worth it.
Yeah.
Hence, Io and Rhea.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to on Raw. I with the Asuka Jade segment, thank goodness Naomi came out to add some spice to that.
Yeah, because
it was pulling teeth to me.
Yeah.
On that. So thankfully, when Naomi came out,
she was getting the heat, man. It's like she was getting quite the heat from the Saudi crowd. They're just telling her to shut the F up. So it's like that heel turn has done wonders, man. It's like and she's getting the heat like she should be. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Of course, the Beautiful Madness taking the title off Selena is what everyone was hoping for, and it happened. It's like nothing personal against Selena, but it was the title really needed a change, and it's like, and hopefully Julia as a champion will be better booked, have better feuds. We'll just have to wait and see. But before, I thought the match was good actually. And the Saudi fans are definitely reacting to Julia. It's like so it's like they seem to enjoy the match, so it was a good thing. So thumbs up for that. The tag situation, that it's like they got to figure something out here, because you can't keep having this. Yeah, I mean the chaos is good for a point, but it's like, okay, all right, we're it's like let's move forward a little bit here instead of having everybody keep kung fu fighting every week.
Yeah. And of course, when it's like, Andrade, who's your partner? It's gonna be Rey Fenix again. I'm like,
yeah, but we got a hell of a match. That was probably the best match of the show.
That was great.
That tag match was probably the best match of the show. It's like they were cooking, and the crowd was hot for it. So I mean, I enjoyed that. It was a solid match. Gave them time. They did their thing. Andrade's on TV. He's being booked in matches. Whether or not he's happy, we don't know. Yeah, at least he's being utilized, not like sitting and catering. It's like,
right.
It's like that's what's important.
Hey, and Rey Fenix finally got a win in something.
So definitely it's Alexa and Charlotte are in a tag team for a while as part of the storyline, and we'll see where that goes. If it leads to them winning the titles or not, we'll find out. Hopefully
not yet. I'm not ready yet. Okay.
No, not exactly. Not soon enough because what happened on Raw. We don't want who to be losing the title so quickly. It's like actually I have a good feeling that's not going to happen, because it wouldn't make sense for the storyline that they're trying to tell. So yeah, it's like fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. You never know. This isn't really the era of pivots every 2 seconds just because they woke up on the wrong side of the bed,
right?
As the former Booker used to do.
Yep.
This book, obviously, the Booker right now has his problems.
Triple H tries. It's like for the most part,
but he sticks with it. Right. I mean, do you think Zelina Vega would have had the title run that she had after she broke Chelsea Green's nose?
No.
She would have. They would have dropped it and moved on.
Yeah.
They might have even gave her the title to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, it was unfortunately, it was a short reign. I hate it for Zelina because I think she has.
Yeah, I felt bad for Zelina. It's like her run was not very memorable. It was definitely like, we're giving you the title when, because you've been here for so long, you've worked hard. It's like, this is like this is a reward. It's like we're gonna let you have the title for a while. But the booking didn't help her, and she wasn't like getting a lot of like positive reactions to the fans. So it's like which is unfortunate. It's like but I tell you, it's like they're definitely people saying like, well, they're definitely going to be punishing Julia. I was like, well, she's won the title in quick fashion. And even though usually they don't try to spoil, when something like this happens where it's like, they're doing the show overseas and it's going to air in tape delay here in the States. They didn't waste any time in announcing on social media that Julia was the new Women's United States Champion. They gave that. They didn't hesitate to give that away that afternoon. It's like they let her tweet it out. Triple H tweeted out the finger point. They showed her posing with the title. So that says a lot right there. That it's like they wanted to let people know that she won the title, and they didn't care that it was a spoiler.
No, as soon as I took my phone, I was like, "Oh, Justin's happy." As soon as I looked at it on there.
Literally, I was like, "All right," I was like, "My day's made. Thank you very much."
Let's just hope they give her a good run. I mean, I think she'll do well with it. But
I have a good feeling. Triple H, he's very high on. He's shown that when it comes to Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie McCurr, he's very high on them. Well, I mean, it's like he put all three of them in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's like that's. So it's like they've been very heavily featured because it's very obvious Triple H sees the three of them as the future foundation of the women's division in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Which is justifiably so because all three of them are amazing.
Yes, they're definitely rising. And also, thank you. We got new Roxanne merchandise. We got another shirt. Got another shirt.
I was about to. I did. Oh, that's right. I before we get to Raw, I wanted to ask you, what do you think of the new Roxanne T-shirt?
I wish it had some red in it, but I understand why it's the Judgment Day stuff. So, but I like it a lot better.
I like the catchphrase "Get Rocks."
Right. I like the shirt. I like it a lot better than her other designs that I said I didn't like. I think I may, if there's a good sale, I'm probably going to get that shirt. Yeah, I need to get a shirt. I need to get a shirt for her, and I also need to get a Becker shirt. Yeah,
her and then all three of my favorite trifecta of women's ladies in my collection.
And I just need that Fatu sweatshirt with the red in the American Werewolf. I mean the Samoan Werewolf on there. I need that to go on sale. Okay. Do you think Orton kind of teased a heel turn, or are they just doing it just to build up the match?
Oh, they definitely teased a heel turn, and it's like he went even further. That it's like, and we'll get to that in the Night of Champions discussion, because it's like he was teasing it, and it's like he was pulling out some old tricks out of the old heel playbook, trying to beat Cody at Night of Champions. Just didn't work.
Nope, didn't work. All right, anything else on SmackDown?
Nothing that covers it. I thought it was a decent go-home show. I mean, the big highlights were Julia winning the title, and DIY versus Andrade Rey Fenix was a great match, and the Punk doing Thugonomics was amusing. So overall, I thought it was a solid show.
Yeah, amusing. That's probably the best word to put it.
It's a good way to say goodbye to the 3-hour SmackDown, and it's like, it's like thank God that it's going back to 2 hours this week.
Right. All right, let's go to Night of Champions, which it's something. All right, Cody Rhodes defeated Randy Orton in the King of the Ring tournament final match when Randy, in attempt to cheat, had removed the turnbuckle and pad behind the ref's back, tried to smash Cody into it, but Cody whipped Randy into it instead, and then hit Crossroads to win the tournament and face the WWE champion at SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley defeated Roxanne Perez in a street fight. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez came out to help Raquel, but Rhea took her out, set up a table on top of the corner turnbuckle, and hit her with the Riptide off the table for the win. Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Kross with a haluva kick. I'm just kidding. But two of them were great. Solo Sikoa defeated Jacob Fatu to win the WWE United States Championship. Tonga Loa returned to help interfere, but Jacob still kicked out. Then Tonga and JC distracted the ref as Jacob hit Solo with the moonsault, but Hikuleo, which is now Tala Tonga, stupid name, made his WWE debut by pulling Jacob out and chokeslamming him on top of the announce desk, then tossed him back into the ring. Solo then hit Jacob with the Samoan Spike to pin him and win the title. Jade Cargill defeated Asuka in the Queen of the Ring tournament final match with Jaded. She will face the WWE Women's Champion at SummerSlam in the main event.
Oh boy,
John Cena defeated CM Punk to retain the WWE Championship. Things got crazy after the ref was bumped by accident by Cena. Punk hit his GTS, but the ref was down and out. Suddenly, Team Heyman came out and Seth sent Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to attack Punk. They fought to the outside, and they picked up Punk and gave him a double spine buster through the announce desk. Seth called for a new ref, but so he could cash in Money in the Bank, and Charles Robinson ran down to the ring, but Cena tackled him. Man,
God bless Little H for taking that bump.
Yeah. Tackled him to stop the cash in. Cena and Seth argued in the ring, and Cena hit Seth with the AA. Penta then ran out to attack Braun, and they fought on the ramp. Sammy showed up to help fight Braun, and Penta hit a dive off the ramp to lay them all out. Bronson laid out Cena and went for the tsunami, but Punk shoved him off the top rope. Cena then hit Bronson Reed with the AA. Cena and Punk had a stare down. Punk offered a handshake, which Cena took and then hugged him, but Cena went for a low blow with the whole face heel turn Cena thing they did with Cody. But Punk was expecting it and blocked it. Before he could hit the GTS, Seth came back in and hit Punk in the head with the briefcase. He then hit Punk with the stomp, and Cena tossed Seth out of the ring and pinned Punk just in time for the original ref to get back in and deliver the 3 count to give Cena the win. Cena celebrated with the title at the top of the ramp as Punk was down in the ring. Seth looked pissed off as Cole said that Seth has screwed CM Punk out of the WWE title tonight as the show came to an end. When are they going to stop overbooking everything that Cena does?
Please, for the love of God.
I think everyone knows, and he knows, and that's why it's a retirement tour.
He
can't do it.
He's washed. It's like we've been talking about this for months. He's washed. And it's like they're doing all this over-the-top smoke and mirrors to cover that. It's like, but I will give credit. Punk and him were having a pretty good match until everything went to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah, because it's Punk and Cena.
Overbooking overdrive.
Punk and Cena especially Punk. Punk knows how to tell a story.
Yes.
In the ring. And Cena
told a good story in this match.
Yeah.
It's like, I will agree with you. It's like this, like, chaotic stuff. It's like, please stop, like, ripping off the Bloodline rules match for WrestleMania 40. It's like with these Cena main events. Please, for the love of God. I was like, I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, here comes Sammy. I was like, this is getting absolutely bonkers. But there was some good storytelling in all of this unnecessary chaos. The subtle hints that Cena is about to go back to being a babyface. He could have used the title and chose not to. And when he handed back to ref, he didn't try to low blow Cena behind the ref's back like he did to Cody. So I was like, okay, all right, I see what you're doing there. And then, Punk and Cena working together to fight off Team Heyman.
Right.
It's like, and the handshake and the hug and all that. I loved all that. I love that Punk was like, it's like, I'm doing this, but I don't trust you. And he's like, it's like,
right.
It's like you're not gonna fool me with that shit. But then, of course, Seth screws Punk once again because that's what he loves to do, and Cena retains as everyone expected. But at least it was to protect Punk because he lost because of Seth and all that shenanigans from
right.
So it's like the feud between CM Punk and Seth continues. The feud that will not die.
Is Jade ever going to get it all together?
That's a really good question because, man, that's like
she botched that finish.
I was just like, I literally went like this. I was like, the meme of the Captain Picard facepalm. It's like, yeah. That was me when that happened. I was just like, are you fucking serious? You can't. It's like just something simple as that, and she still partially botches it. I'm like, it's like Asuka.
You caught her, dropped her, then got positioned, then put her up, and then she still kind of botched the pin.
Asuka did what she could to try to get a good match out of that, but that was just like not pretty. It's like this is why Tony booked her to like beat people in like Goldberg style in like a couple of minutes to hide her weaknesses.
People are calling her Jade Bird.
Put her out there in a 10-minute match. It's like there's times where she does moves right, but there's other times where she like looks like she's forgotten what the next thing is, and like and she's not going to be in the ring every time with a veteran who can carry somebody. It's like, like Asuka is one of the best women's wrestlers we've ever seen.
Yeah.
She's a veteran, but like she can only do so much. And it's like, some people are even if you're a really a damn good wrestler, it's like not everyone is good at helping carrying somebody else who is struggling or not as skilled to having a good match and making sure that they're not fucking things up.
Well, she better get together at SummerSlam because Tiffany is not
it's like Tiffany. That's what I'm worried about with this Tiffany Jade match at SummerSlam is that it's going to be a train wreck because Tiffany is very talented and she's a damn good wrestler, but she does not have the experience to carry Jade to a good match. She does not. It's like she's only been on the main roster for like a year and a half.
Right.
It's like,
and she was really she wouldn't. I mean, how long was she in NXT? Maybe like
about
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, and she had no wrestling experience.
Yeah, she had no wrestling experience before she joined WWE, but it's what she wanted to do. It's like Ron didn't get any formal training until he tried out for WWE, even though he always wanted to get into wrestling. It's like, but he never got any like formal training until he went to the Performance Center when he got signed.
Sometimes it's like when they get it, they can get it real quick. I mean, Logan Paul, yes, he can. He still has his time.
Yeah, guys like Logan Paul, Braun, and others. It's like look at Tiffany.
Tiffany, I would. That's I was kind of brought it up because Tiffany is part of that. Of just
people can just pick it up like real quick. It's like
right.
Others take time. It's like, and they can become really damn good. It's like some people have a more seems like a more natural aptitude or ability for pro wrestling than others, but that doesn't mean that they're better than others. It's just that they're better. They're quicker learners. It's like so that's why I'm like. It's like, Naomi, please cash in like before the match hits like 10 minutes so we can get this title change over with. It's like for the low guy.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, Naomi is going to cash in at SummerSlam.
She's basically foreshadowed it. She let Jade know that she's like, I could use this to fuck you over just like I did before. And that's exactly what she's going to do.
Right.
It's like,
what she's going to do.
She's made it clear she still hates Jade. So how could Naomi not resist winning the title and screwing Jade over in the process at the same time? That's like killing two birds with one stone. It's a win-win. So she fucks Jade over and she wins the title with the Money in the Bank at the same time. It's like it's a perfect. That's what's going to happen at SummerSlam. It's a perfect setup, and I'm all for it. And Tiffany's had a decent run with the title. She's had good matches. Like the Charlotte feud was up and down, but it's like the stuff with Nia has actually been better. But she's had a decent run with the title, if not like the best run. At least she's wrestled her ass off, and it's like done the best she could with what she's given. But it's like it's really cool. What Naomi's doing right now is killing it. She deserves to have a cool heel run with that title for a while.
Agreed, and that's SummerSlam's the perfect time to give her the strap and have a run with it, for sure. Okay,
and plus we gotta wonder what the Bianca factor is going to be. It's like because hopefully she's going to be cleared to get back in the ring soon with broken fingers.
Right.
So.
Well, I mean, she was on the Evolution poster.
Yeah.
So.
Well, who knows? Maybe we might see her at Evolution. It's like.
She was on the poster, but the Evolution poster. While I'm on the subject, no Julia, no Stephanie.
That was pissing people off. Like the Prodigy's on there.
Yeah.
But like everyone was like, "Where the fuck is Stephanie Vicker and Julia? Why aren't they?" It's like, why aren't they on the poster?
Right. And then way to spoil Trish Stratus, by the way.
Right.
So
it's like won't say any more than that. You'll it's like the rumor. If you've seen the rumors about Trish Stratus, it's like, yeah, she's gonna be involved in Evolution, and you'll see that play out on SmackDown on Friday.
Yeah. Just WWE loves to spoil returns. It's like when they put Asuka in the Queen of the Ring.
I think even Jordan Grace is on there too, isn't she? Like I know JC Jane and Jordan are in there because they got a fucking title match on the show. Let me take a look real quick at the posters right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jordan's back on there. Lyra's on there. JC Jane. So we're good. Jada Parker is even in there in the back.
Here, let me bring it up. Let me share it so we can kind of go over it. While we're on the subject, might as well.
I mean, Rhea's front and center, and then you got Bianca, Becky, Naomi, Charlotte, Asuka, Zelina, Jade, Nikki Bella. Trish Stratus is right behind Nikki, and so is Nia Jax.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Stratton, Alexa, Roxanne, Ivy, Chelsea, Lyra, Jordan Grace, JC Jane, Sol Rucka, Jada Parker, Natty, Raquel, Alba Fire, and then up in the air are Bailey and Kairi Sane.
Yeah, and Chelsea gave crap or something. Why is she front and center? And
well, she was complaining about that she wasn't front and center of the post.
Yeah, and then Bailey was just like, "No, don't be fine. You're under my ass."
Yeah, you're under my ass.
Yeah,
I love Bailey. But yeah, no, everyone's. I'm like, you couldn't find room to put two of the. I mean, thankfully Roxanne didn't get left out. I was like, you would be spitting fire right now.
I immediately was just like, where's she at? Okay, cool.
But why are Stephanie and Julia not even on this poster? It's like it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So here, all right. There's a full poster for everyone to see there.
It's a cool poster, but it's like there definitely were some people left out.
And of course, probably some people are like, of course, we're gonna put Rhea front and center. Blah blah blah. Blah. Shut up.
We'll get to that when we get to Raw because man, the Rhea Hogan hate came out again in full force after what happened on Raw with the Evolution setup. It's like
all right. Also, speaking about the Rhea hate, I was hoping they wouldn't just bury both Raquel and Roxanne, and they kind of did, but they didn't because I thought it was a solid match by Raquel and Rhea.
No, actually, they had a really good match. I really enjoyed this match.
I really enjoyed it. You can tell they've had chemistry since NXT.
But I see why they wanted Rhea to win because she's going into this title match with Io.
Yeah. So
they didn't want to have her. It wouldn't look good if she lost to Raquel and then she gets a title match. People would have bitched even more. So I was like, but yes, it was. I was happy. Although it was weird, they were. Roxanne, Rhea, and Raquel were all wearing matching outfits for some reason. They had almost the same color scheme with the black, which looked cool. I will say, but
yeah,
I would expect that more for Raquel and Roxanne because they're Judgment Day and they're teammates now, than Rhea. But it was nice. I was happy. I was like, yeah, there's Roxanne. She's coming to help her new buddy. Didn't work. Yeah, hey, it's like. But it's like this was a hard fought match. Like it wasn't like Rhea just squashed Raquel. It's like she overcame stuff. In fact, she said in the post show, "I think I got bruised ribs from that match." And everyone's like, "Oh no."
I'm just glad they were able to pull off that riptide
because she was taking some stiff shots from that kendo stick.
And that, like I was saying,
that hurt.
And that riptide finish, that table, I was like, please just hold.
The ref was literally holding the table to make sure they didn't fall.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed that.
I was fine with it. It's like, it would have been nice for Raquel and Roxanne to get another one up on Rhea, but especially after what happened on Raw and what's happening in Evolution, her winning makes sense. She needed the momentum. It was still a good match. But, it's like, Raquel and Roxanne got good news and bad news on Raw, which we'll get to in a little bit. I like the story with Cody and Randy was fine. They didn't kick it up until the next year, but it was a good match.
Right.
The fans were into it. I like that Randy was said, hey, I'm going to do what it takes, and he was starting to pull out some heel tactics, but they just backfired. And it's like, and so people was like, oh, is that teasing that Cody's finally going to go? It's like the people are weirdly obsessed with Cody going heel. It's like him going heel right now would be like one of the worst booking decisions you could possibly make when he's still so popular. It's people, and if he goes heel, who's the next top babyface to replace him on SmackDown?
LA
Knight, but it's like LA Knight's got a whole other feud. He's got a feud going with someone on another brand right now.
Well, I mean, LA Knight? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, thankfully they haven't buried LA Knight when he didn't win Money in the Bank. So
No, he's not buried. It's like
no,
people
he's
were
not buried
he's
at
not buried.
all. He's gonna go to war because Michael Cole might as well just laid it out at the end of Raw.
Yeah, I'm like they are making very obvious what the setup for War Games is blatantly obvious right now.
Right.
It's like it's gonna be a babyface team versus Team Heyman, and Team Heyman's gonna have to recruit some new people soon.
The Sammy Karrion can take bumps. The match went like I thought.
That was such bullshit. I'm like, where the fuck is this stuff coming from, man?
Karrion finally came out and was like, people in the back were laughing about that. He was like, what are you talking about?
I'm glad he got a PLE match. I thought it was a good match. I liked the finish. And I'm glad that the feud between him and Sammy is not over, as we saw on Raw. So
that match went like I told you. He was going to be like, "Come on, Sammy!" He was going to be egging him on the whole time.
Yep.
And then when it kept going, I was like, "He's going to go over to that, and he's going to haluva kick him," which is a fine finish because Sammy should go over. Because you've got Sammy, you've got Sammy in this top tier feud on Raw with Seth and Team Heyman. Why are you going to bury him to Karrion? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Karrion still got to get there, which I'm glad that they're like you're saying, they're still continuing it.
And and then lastly, Solo beating Jacob Fatu to take the U.S. title. It's what we were expecting because that's the only thing that made sense that was coming out of this match. Yeah. Because if Solo lost, then what's the point of the?
You got nothing.
You got nothing.
And Solo is so good on the mic.
Yeah,
so good on the mic.
So I'm happy for him. He's finally got his first singles title on the main roster. And then we were expecting Hikuleo to show up to help him win, and that's exactly what happened. But we got another surprise that Tongaloa is back from injury finally.
He hit his spot. He didn't botch it. Yeah, Tongaloa. Don't hurt me. Yeah, Tongaloa.
At first I thought that was Hikuleo. Then I was like, oh my god, it's Tongaloa.
Right.
That was a nice swerve because like you thought the match was over, and it's like no, and then Jacob kicked out, and they're all like, his thing even Tongaloa was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. And then Hikuleo looks when I saw him in New Japan, like a beast, man. He looks like a beast. He worked on his body. Because if you saw him in New Japan, he wasn't ripped out. He was big, but he wasn't chiseled or anything like that. And you can definitely tell they've worked.
He tossed around Jacob like a rag doll. He goozled that out of us.
Yeah. Hikuleo's, and that's Tama's and Tongaloa's brother.
Bloodline 3.0 is now in effect.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Other than the Jade, I thought this show was fine.
The Jade Asuka match was definitely the low point of the show, and and thankfully it didn't last long. I will say though, Jade's Storm outfit was pretty dope. I'll give her.
Oh yeah, no, her in-ring gear is always great.
Yeah,
and her entrance is great. It's just what happens in
the
ring.
Also, it was very interesting, the crowd reaction. That Saudi crowd was not a fan of Jade. They were rooting for Asuka to win that match.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you have two baby faces. She barely got any reaction when she won that match.
Right. Honestly, though, I don't think that was the place that they were going to cheer Jade anyway.
No, probably not.
I'm not going to say what it was, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. So overall, Night Champions, decent show. I'd give it 6, maybe 7 out of 10 if I'm generous.
Well, in our Discord, link down below, guys, is for you to join. I kind of showed it a little bit accidentally, but with our discussion about it, it's a C- show to me.
Yeah, C+ at best. It's like I gave it like I'll be generous and give it a C+.
C- just because they buried Roxanne a little bit, and I'm not happy about that. And everything, I guess, was just so predictable, and the overbooking for Cena, it now becomes laughable at this point.
It's like, this is why, like, please, for the love of God, let Cody win the title back at SummerSlam, and we can have Cena go back to being a babyface so we can end these type of main event matches. With all, because it's like they have to do all this smoke and mirror shit to hide Cena being washed.
Yeah,
it's I've had enough of it. It's getting to Moxley and Death Rider's level of annoyance. Like, please, for the love of God.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's move on where things got better.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley came out to open the show. She cut a promo saying now that she has taken care of Judgment Day, she can focus on what to do at Evolution. Io Scott came out to interrupt. Io said Rhea is not on top because she is a women's world champion, in which she hasn't had a match since Mania, by the way, or at least a title defense.
She had the one against Stephanie on the Raw after Mania. That was the last time she actually defended the title.
Oh, okay. So since the Raw after Mania, but still,
yeah,
it's adjacent.
It's been a while.
Mania adjacent.
Yeah,
it's been a while. So April basically.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, and Adam Pearce told Io she could pick her opponent for Evolution. She wants to face Rhea for the title. Io said she wants to defend against the best, and that means Rhea. Rhea says she respects Io, but warned her she will stop at nothing to become champion again. She accepted, and the match is set for Evolution, which really made everyone on the IWC happy on that. We'll get there in a second. AJ Styles confronted Dominic Mysterio backstage, which is kind of a funny little segment here. Who showed AJ the doctor's note confirming he's injured and not cleared to wrestle. AJ called him an old man to put his glasses on to read the fine print. AJ put on his glasses to read it and says it's written on there that Dom is a punk ass. AJ said he can't wait until Dom is cleared so he can take the IC title from him and left. And then Dom made something about him being old, about beating up the elderly, and AJ came back and kind of stared him down again. The Judgment Day defeated the New Day, all the days, to become the new World Tag Team Champions. Balor went up top and hit the coup de grace stomp on Woods for the pin. Dom came out to celebrate with Finn and JD. Backstage, Bayley was interviewed by Jackie Redmond about the women's IC title situation when Lyra Valkyria interrupted. She has been trying to contact Bayley to apologize about last week, but Lyra says Bayley thinks she ruined the match on purpose, and Bayley said she agreed with that. They argued until Adam Pearce came in to interrupt it. He said he is going to settle. He said he's going to settle this by having them face off in a number one contenders match tonight. Winner gets Becky Lynch for the women's IC title at Evolution. The ladies were not happy about this. Chad Gable was backstage talking to American Made about his shoulder injury. Gable had his left arm in a sling. Raw GM Adam Pearce wished Gable good luck with his surgery. Pearce said he guesses we won't see El Grande Americano for a while either, huh? Gable said, you never know. Brutus Creed said they are lost without him. Chad told them to listen to Ivy and to go out and win while he's gone. Ludwig Kaiser was once again listening in the background. Foreshadowing. Raw and SmackDown GMs Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis were talking backstage when Finn and JD came up to them talking about the women's tag team titles. Finn said it would be fair for them to strip. It wouldn't be fair for them to strip Raquel of the titles, and said, how about they let Roxanne Perez take Liv's place and partner with Raquel as the champs? The GMs conferred, and Pearce told Finn that they would allow it under one condition, which if you heard them say, I was like, did you talk to Sean? Yeah, I talked to Sean. And so my ears perked up when they said that. Aldis said they have to prove they're worthy champions. So at Evolution, Roxanne and Raquel will defend the titles in a fatal four-way against a team from each show, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Finn and JD agreed, and it was made official. Rusev defeated Sheamus after he pulled Sheamus into the exposed turnbuckle and then hit the Machika kick for the pin. Sheamus is just on a different level nowadays.
Those guys know how to deliver.
Those guys know how to deliver. A video was shown featuring the Raw GM Adam Pearce and SmackDown GM Nick Aldis talking about Evolution on July 13th. They announced there will be a battle royal on the show where the winner will get a championship match at Clash in Paris. Ivy Now and the Creed brothers were interviewed by Jackie Redmond. Now said she was getting herself in the battle royal for Evolution. Someone walked into the screen wearing the El Grande Americano outfit and passed by. It was clearly Kaiser, as Ivy and the Creeds were stunned. They had that tell me I didn't just see that look that Booker T had when Eric Bischoff came on Raw. If you know it what I'm talking about. Sami Zayn was about to be interviewed by Jackie Redmond, but Karrion Kross came out of nowhere to attack Sami. They brawled for a bit, but then Kross hit Sami in the ribs with a steel pipe. Officials and referees showed up to break it up. Kross, when they came up, he was just like, "Oh, what are you talking about? I didn't do nothing."
This was great.
Just Kross is great. During one of the ad breaks for the international fans, they showed Byron Saxton interviewing Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie said she is entering the Battle Royal. Evolution will win it. She said she is La Primera and did not come to Raw to be in second place. She will not stop until she is women's world champion. She said she will face the winner of Io versus Rhea at Clash in Paris if she wins.
I included there because it was criminal that Stephanie Vaquer was not on the show for the U.S. fans. It's like the international fans got lucky to see this promo of Stephanie Vaquer. I found out afterwards, so I made sure to include it. You can, if you search online, you can find the clip from the interview.
Gotcha.
If you want to see
Gunther came out to cut a promo, talk more trash about Goldberg and how he's going to beat him at Saturday night's main event. He was interrupted by Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, who carried the Money in the Bank briefcase. The briefcase now had black and gold color to it. Gunther,
classic NXT colors.
Yeah,
Nice.
I enjoyed it. I do enjoy that. Gunther congratulated them on going all the way to Saudi for nothing as they came into the ring. Seth said his intention at Night of Champions wasn't to cash in on Cena, but to screw Punk out of winning the title. As long as he draws breath, I like that callback. He would never allow Punk to be world champion again. Seth said when he won Money in the Bank, he told the world it would be an all-out assault on both world titles. He congratulated Gunther on being champ as he stared at the world title. CM Punk's music hit, and he ran down to the ring to attack Seth as payback for screwing him over. They brawled, but Seth escaped into the crowd as Punk called him a coward. As Punk went to leave, Gunther tried to stop him by the arm, but Punk turned around and shoved Gunther down and mouthed off at him. As Seth was watching this, we saw LA Knight sneak up behind Seth, eating popcorn. He attacked Seth, and they fought all the way to the concessions area. As fans watched, Seth threw a drink in Knight's eyes and then escaped. The Judgment Day were in their clubhouse celebrating JD and Finn winning the titles as Finn gave Roxanne Perez her women's tag team title belt. Raquel came in saying she wasn't a fan of Roxanne taking Liv's place as tag champ so soon. She's rehabbing hard to return. Finn says from his own experience with shoulder injuries, Liv's going to be out for a while, and he didn't want Raquel to be stripped of the titles. She appreciates that, as Finn says that they should have a vote to make Roxanne an official member of the group. Finn and JD said yes. Dom hesitates, saying he should talk to Liv first, but Finn tells him, be your own man, and he says yes.
Man up, Dom.
Yeah. Raquel also gives a reluctant yes to make it unanimous, but warns Roxanne she better hold up her end of the deal. Roxanne thanked them and said she was going to make Kairi Sane pay for Liv getting injured. They then celebrated the group being champions to end the segment, as it should be.
Yep.
A video was shown of Kairi Sane talking about why she is the pirate princess and that she is coming for gold. Nice little video package there. Bayley versus Lyra Valkyrie to become the number one contender for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship ended in a double pin and a draw. Who knew? They were not happy about this, and they brawled into the stands as Adam Pearce and officials came out to separate them. A new match was announced for Saturday night's main event on July 12th. Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. Yeah. CM Punk was interviewed by Jack Ribbon backstage. Punk says he has receipts coming for every member of Team Heyman. He then stopped LA Knight and confronted him. He told Knight that he has first dibs at Seth, and to get in the back of the line, Knight says that he gets Seth at Saturday night's main event, so the line starts behind him. That was a nice little line at the end. Yep. Sami Zayn was shown backstage getting his ribs taped up. Penta asked if he was sure about tagging with Penta tonight, saying Zayn did the zero fear hand gesture to Penta to show that he was ready. Bronson Reed was with Heyman in gorilla position as Heyman was talking to Seth on the phone. Reed asked where Seth was, and Heyman said Seth was on a plane and was working on Plan B. Reed asked what was Plan B, but Braun interrupted. Braun was standing there for the whole 30 minutes. But Braun interrupted and said, by the way, Punk saying Braun. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But Braun interrupted and said the plan tonight was for him to smash anybody who got in their way. He told them to hit the music as they went out to the ring. In the main event, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker defeated Penta and Sami Zayn when Braun hit Sami with the spear for the pin. After the bell, Braun hit Penta with the spear, and then he and Reed set up Sami in the corner. But before Reed could hit him with the tsunami, Jey Uso's music hit as he came down with the steel chair to make the save. The fans went nuts as he took down Braun with some chair shots, and then got in the ring and hit Reed with some super kicks, and then threw the chair in his face. Jay, Sami, and Penta stood tall and celebrate as Team Heyman regrouped outside of the ring to close out the show. And Michael Cole, great foreshadowing, went, and it's going to be a war.
Yeah. I was like, it's like all these people having a problem with Seth and the rest of Team Heyman. It's such a blatant setup for War Games. Yeah. But I'm fine with it because that's what I was expecting. I was expecting it was going to be Team Heyman versus a babyface team for War Games.
Yeah. And we pretty much already have it. CM Punk, LA Knight, Penta, Zayn,
Sami,
and Jay. There you go. And who's the fifth man?
Well, first I got to get a fourth man, which I think is what Plan B is alluding to, is that Seth's looking to recruit new muscle because it's like he's realizing that we got a lot of Emmys right now, and yes, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are fucking badass wrecking machines, but we're still outnumbered. So we need some fresh blood. So I think that's what Plan B is that he's out looking to recruit the fourth member of the group.
I'm with Plan E as an Ethan Page.
Yeah, that would be nice. So that's why I think. Yeah, I was like Plan B. I was like, I think I know. I think I have a good idea what Plan B is.
Right. I don't see Gunther.
I love how Braun came here. Is like, no, the plan tonight is for me to go Ruckus. I was like, I love Braun. It's like Braun is just. I love how Braun is just like. He is the attack dog. He's like, just let me at him. I will destroy. It's like everything in my path.
Yeah. And he's all gas, no brakes on Raw, like Jacob Fatu is on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's very all gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
Which is why you need Heyman to, it's like, just calm down. Just calm down a little bit.
That being said, the Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker entrance.
Combo theme?
With the combo theme is so good. It's so good. And the way they're presented, just, they look like an unstoppable force.
Yeah, especially when you have Heyman in between the two of them, it makes them look even more like you do not want to fuck with these guys.
No.
Who are they chilling as a team? I'm like, give them the fucking tag titles in the near future.
Yeah.
It's like,
Who do you think is the next guy that they're doing?
Hopefully it's Ethan Page, like it's rumored. I think that would be the perfect fit for the fourth person. The fifth? That's a good question, though. Unless they're going to do 4-on-4 at War Games, but we'll see. They're definitely going to get a fourth guy because you need at least one. War Games is usually either 4-on-4 or 5-on-5, so they need at least a fourth person so that they can go into War Games against a babyface team. So whether they go fifth, we'll see. But there definitely is a fourth right around the corner from what they're implying. If they were
going to do 4v4,
we're probably going to see the fourth member by SummerSlam. I would say.
Right. If they were going to do 4v4, they would have done it with the new Bloodline versus Roman and all of them, but they still added Bronson Reed and CM Punk.
Yep.
So, but I don't know. Yeah.
I got it. What if Karrion Kross offers his services if Sammy's involved? Yeah. I can see him. I can see Seth be like, you know what, Kross, I like you. It's like I could see Karrion Kross offering, like being like their mercenary for War Games. So they don't need it. So like you can keep Team Heyman at 4, and then add Karrion Kross the fifth member, and then that works out perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. I mean, I like where your head's at with that one.
I just had that thought. I was like,
well, yeah, he's still feuding with Sammy.
Yeah, and plus it would be cool to see Kross in a War Games match. It's like, it's like, so I'm all for that. I think he's going to get re-signed. It's like they're definitely invested. They just also released a new T-shirt for him on top of that.
Yeah,
they're not going to. If they're thinking of letting him go, they're not going to create a new merch for people to buy. So,
and then for those who don't know, he also posted this on his social media.
We want Kross. We want Kross. I hear about it. I read about it everywhere I go. We are wanted for the crimes of being good soldiers, for the crimes of turning pain into art. How does it feel, Sammy? How does it feel to know people all over the world would have preferred us to win the match than you? We are wanted, Sammy. You're not so wanted anymore, are you? Feel like. Probably feels like a steel land in the stomach, doesn't it? If you have a problem with that, maybe you should blow it out your ass, brother.
So fucking good.
So good. And also, too, so the 3 shirts that they released was just one with like a Karrion Kross, like with a cross, the Wanted shirts with him and Scarlett, and then Good Soldier. That's also the other shirt that they released as well. So this
is a very good sign.
This is a very good sign because, as you see, and his match with Sammy was fine. Why would you give up that talent?
Right.
When it's there. So yes, I would be okay with Karrion Kross.
He's doing some of the best work on the main roster he's ever done right now. It's like with this feud with Sammy. So it's like he's killing it right now. It's like do not squander this, Triple H, please.
No.
He's getting over.
Yeah. I mean, you heard the cheers when he started attacking Sammy.
Yeah.
So he's getting over.
Yeah, it's so yay! Roxanne is officially one half of the women's tag team champions. Woo-hoo.
Yep. Yep. So I wish she would have won it, but
yes, but
you know.
it's like we talked about. This is the perfect fit for the storyline with Liv being out. She is taking Liv's place in the group, literally at this point.
Right.
It's like she's one half of the tag team champions now with Raquel. They're going to work out for him because they determined who the SmackDown women's team is. You can probably guess who it is without me having to spoil it for you. That's all I'll say.
I mean, is it those top girls that I'm thinking of that's been trying to team that they say we should team with each other?
Probably.
Yeah. I might have caught some things online.
The Raw team is probably going to be Natty and Maxine because they've been paired together. Sheamus is like, you two should go for the it's like they've been foreshadowing them tag teaming together. So and they even got merch out, the Dungeon Dolls. It's like so they're going to be the Raw team. The NXT team, we'll get to it. There may be another. It may not be Sol Ruckus and Zarya.
I know it could be Izzy and Tatum.
Yeah.
Because I saw that floating around. Because I was immediately was like, oh, yeah, Sol Ruckus, Zarya. That's going to be great.
And that would make sense because if you put the team for SmackDown and Maxine and Natty, those two teams are baby faces. Raquel and Raquel are heels. You want another heel team in there to kind of even things out a bit.
Right.
So, but even though certain team for SmackDown is involved, I'm not worried because it would make no sense for them to do this. For this storyline to really work, Roxanne and Raquel have to have the titles for a while, and it's like and perform well, because it's because then when she gets back, she's gonna be all like, she's gonna be really jealous because Roxanne is champion with Raquel. It's like she doesn't have the title anymore. She was let into the group and she didn't have a say. It's like it's like she's gonna be all up in arms when she gets back in the next few months. It's like, so, but what I loved is that I love the group photo, and that not long after this segment happened, Roxanne changed her pictures on her X bio to her with the title belt and the group picture of them all holding up their titles to see, like, look how awesome we are. Everyone in Judgment Day has gold. Yeah. I was like, this is great.
And Finn, after he won it, he goes, "That's a W for the IWC."
Yeah, it's a W for the IWC. Speaking of Finn, him and JD win the tag titles. I don't have a problem with it because here's the honest truth: New Day's heel run
was terrible,
utter failure, and that's on the booking and Triple H.
Yep.
Because when they did the turn on Big E last fall, they were getting nuclear heat for a while. And what did they do with that nuclear heat?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No.
There was weeks where they weren't even featured on the show.
Right.
Even when they were tag team champions.
Yeah.
They were in the interview segments that aired for the international audience on Netflix who don't have to watch advertisements. It's like they completely squandered such a great heel turn. Sorry. It's like bug. So I had no problem with this. And the weird part was that the fans treated Judgment Day as the baby faces of this match. And they popped like crazy when they won, which was, I was like, is this a Bizarro crowd in Pittsburgh? What's going on here? Yeah,
it was so weird.
And the interesting thing was that they won without any major cheating either.
No. Dom just came out and celebrated after
shenanigans or anything. They beat New Day clean as a fucking sheet, which is even weirder.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for the storyline because with Roxanne coming in the group and taking Liv's place as tag champion with Raquel, they got the title bouts. The whole group is draped in gold, and they're and so now we are in the Judgment Day 3.0 era with Roxanne replacing Liv Morgan.
And this faction is basically WWE's version of Bullet Club. Like they just
Really,
keep adding.
it is like Bullet Club. It's just like looks just when you think it's dead, they get an infusion of new members, and boom, we're off and running. It's like Carlito guys let go, Liv is out injured. Insert the Prodigy, and boom, it's like it's got new life.
Yeah,
which I'm happy because it's like this is a really cool thing for Roxanne. This whole storyline they're setting up, like, oh my God, Liv is gonna want to fucking kill Roxanne when she gets back, man.
Yeah.
I am so looking forward to when Liv comes back because like the matches between Liv and Roxanne that are gonna happen when she gets back, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be so excited. It'll be cool to see Liv be a babyface again because she's gonna come back she's gonna turn babyface as a result of this.
Oh yeah, for sure. The Rhea,
Roxanne's so happy. It's like you see how like she's like all like bubbly and everything. You know, it's like it's just like the excitement that she had when Finn handed her half of the tag team titles, and she immediately was like put this on, baby.
Yeah. The Rhea stuff. Okay.
Let's get to the negative from the IWC over the Io Raquel title match.
Do you think Rhea wants? I don't get why.
Rhea
where
doesn't
they
need to win the title back right now. She's so over. She don't need the title. So like people are wondering, like, oh, I guess Rhea's finally going to win the title back. Don't be so sure.
I don't think so.
It's like
I think she's gonna put over Io again.
Right. And plus, there's a very short window between Evolution and SummerSlam.
Right.
So like, if she's winning the title, like, you got to come up with like a new feud really fast. Sorry.
This episode is brought to you by Fruit Flies. They suck.
It's like they're slipping in because due to my AC unit, so sometimes I got to deal with them. Sorry. But because like immediately like the hate was just like, it's Rhea Hogan again. Why is she getting the title match? Oh God, Io's gonna lose the title. It's like JD from New York. It's like, how can you assume? It's like, why are you automatically assuming that Io's gonna drop the title back to Rhea right now? It's like. Them having a title match makes sense. They still have unfinished business from Mania.
Right.
It's like she hasn't had that one-on-one match with Io again since before Mania when she lost the title in the first place to her.
Right.
It's like last time she was in a title match was the triple threat with Bianca. And it's like it makes sense that she's won lately. She beat Raquel, so it's all about like saying, give her a little bit of momentum going into this title match. And plus, Io wants, like she said, Io's personality is, I'm a fighting champion. It's like you are one of the best. It's like I'm not afraid to face you. It's like right. I'm not a coward. I'm a fighting champion. It's like I think I'm the best, and I need to prove it by fighting the best. And you're the best, which is true. So I thought the setup was perfectly fine. So I mean, you can't ask for a better title match to headline Evolution than Io Rhea.
Right.
It's like they're gonna go crush it.
Yeah.
So that's the perfect main event for Evolution. So I have no problem with that. It's just like this hate against Rhea is like really disturbing in a lot of ways.
People are bored.
I think it's a side effect of some of the booking because like they need to also, it's like that they're working on it. That's why they brought in Roxanne and then Stephanie Vaquer to Raw. They're slowly building up other people to be in the title picture in the near future. It's like Roxanne eventually is going to get there, but she's got this whole storyline with Judgment Day and Liv that's going to play out over the next couple months.
Right.
And they've already teased Rhea Stephanie, and it's like, and also think about this. Let's say for argument, Rhea does win the title from Io. number one, who does she face at SummerSlam? And number two, if Stephanie wins the Battle Royal, which she would have to be the odds-on favorite at this point to win the Battle Royal, I would think.
Right.
If Stephanie Becker wins the Battle Royal and earns the title shot at Clash in Paris, do you really think they're going to blow Stephanie Becker versus Rhea Ripley title match at an overseas pay-per-view and not WrestleMania?
No.
Nothing against Paris, but they're not going to blow off. They're not going to have that match. That it's like they didn't have. They waited years for Rhea and Becky to happen at Mania. It's like they purposely kept Becky and Rhea apart because they waited for the right time, because they were like, Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch is a Mania-worthy match and feud. It's like, we're going to save that for WrestleMania. Stephanie Becker and Rhea Ripley is a fucking WrestleMania match that people are going to will eat up like it's ice cream. It's like they're not going to blow that early. I could see them doing Stephanie Io, Stephanie win the title. I don't know. That's where things are. It's going to be very interesting to see who's like. I don't see, like, do you see anybody else outside of Stephanie potentially maybe winning this Battle Royal and earning a title shot at this point? That would make sense.
AJ Lee.
If she came back.
No, I don't.
She's the odds-on favorite to win this Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And plus they're gonna be, and plus Gable is implying. I think also Stephanie's gonna have a side feud with Ivy now because Gable has been telling Ivy how to go after Stephanie Becker. So it's like, so they're gonna have a feud. So don't be surprised. I will not be surprised if Stephanie and Ivy Nile are like in the minimum final four of this Battle Royal. Because they both declared that they're in the Battle Royal. So and we might see talent from all three brands. I would assume we will see some NXT people in there as well. Which would make sense. Because we already we got stuff from all three brands for this Evolution pay-per-view. All three of the women's championships from each show is going to be defended on the show. We got Io versus Rio world title match. We got the NXT Women's Championship match, Jordan Grace versus JC Jane. Tiffany is going to be defending the WWE Women's Championship. You'll find out who the opponent is on SmackDown. So all three of the major women's titles, the top three titles, are going to be defended on Evolution, which is the right call. They didn't announce it, but we're clearly heading, as we suspected, toward Becky, Lyra, Bayley triple threat for the women's IC title. So there's another women's title match. So if you add that in along with the other three top title matches and the Battle Royal, it's 5 matches so that we're going to be looking at for Evolution. So that leaves me the question is, are they going to have Julia defend the United States title on the show as well? I would think so. Maybe a rematch with Selena. Who knows? Because like, I think that would be the right move for have as many of the women's titles defended on Evolution. Because as we saw in NXT, the Women's North American Championship, they've already set up a title defense for that for Great American Bash the day before. So that title will not be defended on Evolution. So it'd be weird for Julia to be left off the show. It's like, right. So I would assume they're going to come up with her defending the U.S. title against someone, either a rematch with Zelina or maybe against somebody else. Who knows? I would assume a rematch with Zelina would make sense. Yeah,
probably that. Just a rematch or something of that nature. Do you think we're going to get any TNA girls in that Battle Royal? Do you think we're going to need TNA girls in that Battle Royal?
We could.
Good. On that. So
I can see that.
I'm liking the Lube with Kaiser as a Grande Americano.
Okay. At first, I was like, what the fuck is this? But the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is so silly it could work if they do this right. Because we don't know if Chad is allowing Kaiser to do this or Kaiser is stealing it. And then Chad's going to be all pissed off when he comes back and we're probably going to find out that he's going to have to admit that he was El Grande Americano.
Right.
Because he's going to be like, that's not El Grande Americano. Well, how do you know it's not El Grande Americano?
Yeah. Oh, just the McAfee, Wade Barrett, and during
it's going to get
Money in
even
the Bank.
worse because now it's like because Cole's now going to be like that's Ludwig Kaiser,
Yeah.
and they're going to be like, first you said it was Chad Gable, now you're saying it's Ludwig Kaiser. Come on,
Right? Come on, man. Just that's totally El Grande Americano. The Bailey stuff happened exactly what we thought. It's gonna be a triple threat at Evolution.
You know what? Because I will give them credit. I thought they were going to go the lazy way and have Becky like attack them both and have the match start out.
No.
I like the fact that they went out, they had a hard fought match, but it ended in a double pin draw. And that adds more fuel to the issues between them. So that is going to, and so Becky's going to be like, well, this is, even though I'm in a triple threat, these two want to tear each other apart. So my job is going to be a lot easier.
Right.
So, and that match is going to kick ass. Like, look, I know some people are complaining about the fact that you're getting, such a short build for the Evolution. I get it. It's very obvious what they're doing here. They put Evolution on that weekend to fuck with All In. It's like it's just clear as day. It's like what I would have preferred Evolution to be like in December to like fill in like the gap between Survivor Series and Rumble. Yeah. But they chose to do this. But we could potentially have a good pay-per-view out of this with the women's talent that is involved here. We've got Io Rhea. That's a guaranteed good match, potentially a banger. The triple threat, Becky, Lyra, and Bailey. That's got the potential to be awesome. The NXT Women's Championship could be good. It's like the Battle Royal that can come and go. It's how you book Battle Royals. So it's like, and also who wins. And so it's like Evolution could turn out to be a good show, but it's like the criticisms are valid. But I'm still looking forward to this because all the talent involved, and I fucking love all the talent we've got on the women's roster. So it's like as long as like, and plus of course the tag title match was being a 4 was not a surprise because they're trying to make sure they have as much of the women on the roster on the show as possible. So. And plus, it being the women's tag titles, they've talked about how it's interbrand. It would make sense that for this, they would want a team from every brand to have a shot in this, including NXT, which I thought was a nice touch. Yeah, like you said, did you talk to Sean? Yeah, okay. It's like they had already anticipated this. It's like they'd already talked to HBK and Ava and be like, okay, it's like we're gonna do this. So
right. No, I like it that they're featuring all females from all the brands.
Yeah, because Stephanie's already declared she's in the Battle Royal. She's going to be in the Battle Royal. Roxanne's in the tag title match. As long as they give Julia a U.S. title match as well, then it's like you've got the past, present, and the future are all going to be on the show.
Yeah, I mean, why would you not have both titles? I mean, it's all 3 main titles. Yeah. Did they announce anything for North American yet?
The NXT Women's North American is going to be defended at Great American Bash. Okay.
All right. That would leave Zarya and Soroka to go for the tag team. Okay. If they decide to go that, which they might go with Izzy.
Yeah. We'll talk about this in a second. So it's like all of the major women's titles except for the NXT Women's North American is most likely going to be defended on the show. So like the only title that doesn't have a title match on the show yet is the women's US title. All the other titles are going to be defended on the show, which is great. It's like, and plus, I don't mind the Battle Royal because it's not a meaningless Battle Royal. They like the winner gets a title shot. That gives it meaning and that makes it more exciting. Especially we know that Stephanie's going to be in there, so it's like people are going to be rooting for Stephanie to win that Battle Royal. So it's like,
yeah, for sure. Let me see. I did like that Kairi saying.
No, I thought that was cool. I'm cool that she's going back because the Pirate Princess, that was her original gimmick in NXT.
Right.
When she first came in, she was the Pirate Princess. And so I like that she's going back to that because obviously, they've Damage Control's over and they want to have Io, Kairi, and Asuka all be in the singles area right now. And, it's like, as much as I enjoyed Kairi and Asuka as Kabuki Warriors, as, former tag team champions, they obviously want to try to build other women's teams. So That makes sense. I thought that was cool. You know, like they're definitely feel like that definitely means that they got plans for Kyrie. And plus, Roxanne mentioned that even though it didn't happen on this show, I assume we're gonna get Roxanne versus Kyrie Sane 1-on-1 on Raw next week. It would be my guess.
That's what I was thinking. I thought we were gonna get it like during Raw when she said that, but then I was like,
yeah,
no.
so do I. But it didn't happen. So I assume that's gonna happen this coming Monday. So
LA Knight and Punk, that was a fun little back and forth.
That whole segment was a lot of foreshadowing of a lot of different things. It's like we're foreshadowing what Punk's is like. I appreciate that Seth is like, I wasn't really trying to cash in on Cena. I just wanted to make sure Punk lost the title because fuck him. It's like I hate Punk so much. I'm not going to let him even sniff being a world champion again. It's like, which makes sense because he said that before.
Right.
And you know, like he's subtly threatening Gunther. You know, the stuff between Seth and Punk isn't finished. And I loved that. I also love the tease of Punk versus Gunther there. It's like that could be the SummerSlam title match. Assuming he doesn't job to Goldberg, which we're all, you know, expecting him not to.
No.
That could be a really cool SummerSlam title match, Gunther versus CM Punk. And then I just love how casually LA Knight came up behind Seth eating the popcorn.
Right.
You know, like waiting for him to realize he was there and then attacked him. And this is why I was so it's like LA Knight is he's in a meaningful major feud. It's like he's part of one of the biggest storylines they got going right now is with Team Heyman. It's like, you know, it's like he's out to destroy Seth and Team Heyman. So is CM Punk. It's like they are making enemies left and right, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Penta,
Sammy. You know, it's like, you know, the you know, like I said, the War Games lineup is obviously starting to take shape.
Speaking about Penta, I forgot to mention during Night of Champions, he was doing his best Jeff Hardy. Like, why are you strutting when you're trying to?
Right, I forgot about that too. It was like if people were joking about why is Penta taking his time while fucking Bronson Reed and Braun are like killing people in the ring.
Yeah, I just thought that was I
thought it was funny. Yeah. So that whole segment was great. What a cool thing for the fans. You know, they're on the concession stand, and all of a sudden, here come Seth and LA Knight brawling as part of the show. You know, it's like, I like that he threw the drink in his face so he could escape. That was a cool little bit. And I like the Punk. Not every babyface has to be friendly with each other. No, CM Punk and LA Knight are babyfaces, but they're not on the same page. They both want to kill Seth, but they're like, no, I got first dibs. Get the fuck out of my way.
Well, I mean, LA Knight's always been that way. He's never been like, oh man, we're buddy. He's just like, hey, I have a plan. If you're in my way, I'm gonna knock you out of it.
So that's why it's gonna be that'll make things interesting for War Games because him and Punk, like, can him and Punk get along? It's like
they've never done that before, Justin. That's a good idea.
I know, isn't it? It's wrestling. What do you?
You can only do so much, guys. Yeah, you want them to have in their main event have a flex off between Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley because that's what happened at one point. So when people get mad at Triple H's booking, remember it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it's like I loved how also, like I said, going back to the judge real quick, I love how Finn was like Don was like, I think I need to talk. It's like, just man up, man. It's like, be your own man. It's like, all right. It's like yes.
Fine.
Like, that's the right choice, Tom.
Yeah. And they're all thorough dripped in gold, and so it's a good time. And plus, hopefully this works out. Hopefully they can do so because now you have tag team title holders that are in a meaningful situation to where hopefully we can build it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like because like Raquel and Roxanne are getting thrown right into the fire at Evolution. They got to defend in a fatal 4-way. So
yeah. All right. But yeah, overall it was a fun show.
Yeah, no, the main event was great. Rusev and Sheamus, what do you expect? They beat the fuck out of each other, and it was awesome.
It was awesome.
So it's like Biggie when I was like, best of 7 between Sheamus and Rusev, please WWE, and everyone was like,
Yeah, he's like, and I was like, well, of course, Big E's going to say that about Sheamus and Rusev.
Oh yeah, because he loves those guys.
Yeah, and Big Meaty Man.
He's all about, and he's the man who gave us Big Meaty Men Slapped Me, which is part of the wrestling lexicon now.
Yeah. If he wasn't injured, he would give Goldberg his retirement match.
I know he's so bummed.
I know
because he's a Goldberg fan. He loves Goldberg. It's like he said on the Duty podcast that he wanted to be the Goldberg's opponent for his retirement match because it's like he loves Goldberg.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm sure he's like bummed that it's like he's on the shelf and it's like he can't be a part of Goldberg's retirement thing here. So
real quick before we get to NXT, you've been keeping up with Dynamite. Any highlights?
The opening segment with Hangman and the Death Riders was all good setup. Moxley and Hangman is now going to be under Texas Deathmatch rules.
Makes sense.
Which makes sense. They're in Texas,
right?
It's like they fought in that kind of they've used that stipulation before both guys. So
right.
I was like, that makes perfect sense, and it adds a little more spice to the match than it'd just be a regular match. And plus, it allows to make shenanigans make sense because there's no DQ in Texas Deathmatch.
Right.
MGF got himself into the Gauntlet match, which makes sense. Him and Mark Briscoe are going to be the first two guys in the Gauntlet, so they're going to be starting off the Gauntlet match. Looks like we're going to get Jet Speed versus Hurt Syndicate for the titles. In more shocking news, Mercedes Moné defeated Mina Shirakawa. Yeah, exactly. Looked like Ibushi and Okada had a really damn good main event. I'm gonna have to check out some more.
I was while we were going through, I was pulling up.
I caught bits and pieces of it. It looked pretty dope.
Yeah, that they had Sean Ross Sapp put a highlight. He's like, bro. So it was good there. So it sounds like it was a solid show for AEW. Standard there. So, and Tony Khan is starting to make his rounds on media he was on with Rich Eisen and stuff like that. So they're back to do that. All right. NXT. The show opens with a video package recapping what happened last week before we went to the opening match, which was Joe Hendry defeated Wesley. Trick was at the commentary desk for the match. High Rise kept interfering, but Mike Santana came out to take out High Rise. Joe then hit West with the standing ovation for the win. Trick stared at his two opponents for the TNA title at Slammiversary. That's right. Santino said earlier in the week, or was it Monday? I forget exactly. When he dropped the video saying that Santana was added to so it makes the triple threat match between the three of them at Slammiversary. We get an earlier today backstage segment where Izzy Dame tries to convince Tatum Paxley that they're friends, and Zarya tells her to go ahead and believe her nonsense if she wants. This sets up a tag match for later in the show. Luca Crucifino came out to the ring and called out Tony D to talk. Tony came out and they argued about Luca costing Tony the Heritage Cup and against Stax last week. Luca talks about all the things Luca did and sacrificed to work for Tony and the D'Angelo family and says that's loyalty. Stax comes out and to thank Luca for helping winning the cup last week. Luca tells Stax to shut the hell up. This is between him and Tony. Tony agrees, and then Luca punches him in the face. Stax puts his arm around Luca, thinking he's siding with him, but Luca takes out Stax too with a punch. Luca gets on the mic and says his loyalty lies with himself now, and leaves the two of them laying in the ring stunned. Miles Bourne defeated Lexis King with a zigzag.
He's got a finisher.
Yeah.
He's got a proper finisher.
Dark State cut a promo taking credit for all the chaos in NXT lately and suggested nothing happens without their approval, kind of what I said last week. Laney Reed defeated Thea Helpu by cheating after hitting a knee strike and held onto the bottom rope for leverage, which she was late on doing that. I'll give my thoughts on that second.
But she's green. I'll be forgiving on that.
Yeah, it's NXT, guys. in a sense. No Quarter Catch Crew are backstage chatting with Tavion Heights about his loss last week. Charlie Dempsey says Heights still needs more time in No Quarter, but Tavion asked for the same deal that Charlie gave Miles. Tavion versus Charlie, and if Tavion wins, he's out of the No Quarter. Ren Sinclair is for it. Dempsey gets browbeat into accepting it, but says when he wins, they're not going to have this conversation again. Izzy and Tatum defeat Sol Roca and Zarya when Zarya hits a spear on Sol by mistake after Tatum moves out of the way. Moves Izzy out of the way. Izzy then hits Sol with the Sky High Spinebuster for the pin. So, yeah, like you were saying, we were kind of alluding to earlier, it looks like they're probably going to be the NXT women in the tag team match. We cut to Ava in her office with Ricky Saints and All Ego Ethan Page, who brought the Vanity Project with him. Page says that since he's a North American champ, which is way better than NXT Championship. If you don't know, go watch his interview. It's hilarious.
Different countries, baby.
Yeah, it's different. He represents different countries. He will dictate the terms. He is feeling generous and will give Ricky a chance to earn a title match with him at Bash. He has to beat the Vanity Project in a gauntlet match next week to earn it. Ricky is fine with that, but adds that if he wins, he gets to pick the stipulation for their match. Ava likes that and makes it official despite Paige's objections. No quit. I quit match, guys. Just make it. We get a Chase U segment where Andre Chase actually apologizes for his actions lately. As a result, he has gotten Cale Dixon a match for next week, and they hug. Chase does his swearing pep talk, but he does it with Dixon rather than at him. Joe Hendry and Mike Santana are interviewed backstage. They agreed to work together to fight High Rise next week on NXT, and that the number one thing is to beat Trick and bring the TNA Championship back to TNA, even if each of them thinks he's the one that's going to do it. Back from commercial, the Culling are hanging out backstage with Tatum Paxley, and they're all celebrating their win. Ava comes up and tells Izzy that since she pinned Sol in the match, she will face Sol Roca for the NXT North American Women's Championship at Great American Bash. Hank and Tank show up and accuse the Culling of attacking them last week. Tatum defends her new friends and challenges them to put the tag team titles on the line against Spears and Vance. Ava makes it official. Inamura defeated Jasper Troy to become the number one contender match for the NXT Championship by hitting him with the Frog Splash. Post-match, Inamura has a confrontation with Oba Femi on the ramp, while Javon Evans appears in the ring to attack Jasper Troy as payback for last week. In the main event, Jordan Grace comes out to the ring to cut a promo. She says getting to this point is the hardest thing she's ever done, but she thrives under pressure, and the bigger the battle, the bigger the win. She talks about the importance of evolution and intends to make history on it. She admits having doubts lately if she belongs in WWE, but she has worked hard to get here, and at Evolution, she's going to beat JC Jane for the title and remind herself who she is. Fatal Influence come out to interrupt. JC calls her pitiful. She might be able to bench press more than her, but she can't carry the division, and maybe one day a title will magically fall into her arms. But it won't be her NXT Women's Championship, and won't be at Evolution. And it won't be at Evolution. Jordan tells JC to shut up, and she may have shocked the world when she won the title. But at Evolution, when she beats her, it won't be a surprise. Fatal Influence attack her, but then Blake Monroe's music hits and she comes out to make the save. They fight off the heels and Fatal Influence exit the ring. Ava comes out, and despite protests from JC, she announces that at a Great American Bash, JC and Fallon Henley will face Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe in a tag match. Fatal Influence tries to attack the faces again, but they fight them off, and Blake and Jordan share high fives as they stand tall, celebrating. The show ends. All right, I'm going to have you front and center here as I step away for 2 seconds, and you start the conversation of what you liked about this show.
Let's see. Well, the opening match between Joe Hendry and Wesley was very entertaining, as you would expect. Lots of good setup for what's to come with the TNA Championship match at Slammiversary. Well, originally it was going to be a rematch between Joe Hendry and Trick Williams, but Santino, as Josh alluded to, added Mike Santana in, and now it is a triple threat match for the TNA Championship Slammiversary, which is awesome. It's like, I love Joe Hendry a lot, but I'm going to be pulling for Santana to win the title. I like that he showed up to help Joe. They have a common enemy. Even though they both want to win the title, they're willing to work together because, they're the good guys. But, they clearly think that, they deserve to be the TNA champions. So adds a bit of tension, which is good. Let's see. Hopefully the Dark State stuff is going to be going somewhere with all the promos, because it's like you got to have the talk is one thing, but sometimes at some point you got to have them have some action. and have them actually do something. They haven't done anything in a while, so hopefully that's leading to something happening maybe at Great American Bash, to make it at least somewhat noteworthy going up against All In next Saturday. The Chase U stuff, yeah, I can take that or leave that right now. At least it seems to be going somewhere. The Tatum Paxley storyline with the Culling is moving forward. She's officially joined the group now, so we'll see how that's going to turn out. It's like she thinks that they're nice people, and it's like when they're obviously not. It's like, like I said, I suspected that the Culling was the one who attacked Hanky Tank last week, and it's like there was a steel chair. Steel chairs were involved, which is Sean Spears' signature.
Right.
So that made sense and set up a title match between them for next week. And we got some more matches ironed out for Great American Bash. So we got Oba Femi's going to be defending the NXT Championship against Yoshiki Inamura. Inamura is not going to win the title, but I think that's going to be a fun match because Inamura is really cool. We might even see Jasper Troy versus Javon in a grudge match, I would assume, at the show as well, because they've built up a feud between those two, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for both Jasper, who is really new to being on TV, coming off from LFG. So definitely, so they're putting him into a feud with Javon is good for the both of them. We've got the Women's North American Championship going to be defended, which makes sense because they want to have at least maybe one major women's match,
right?
On the show, with Evolution being the next day.
Because technically, you got two. No, yeah, two with the tag team match.
Yeah, they ended up adding in two, which makes sense because the big NXT Women's Championship match is going to happen on Evolution the next day, not on the Bash.
Right.
So, yeah, I liked how the setup for the tag match, Fatal Influence against Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe. It makes sense. It's like just like with Stephanie Vicker, they have faith in Jordan being able to pull double duty. It's like she's
and JC Jane.
Because they're going to be doing the tag match at Bash, and then they're going to go one-on-one for the NXT Women's Championship the next night at Evolution. That's a clever way to have Blake on the show in a fashion. It's like, which makes sense. I mean, it's like Bash is going up against All In. Who did Blake used to wrestle for? Like come on.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for her. She's getting featured. It'll be very interesting to see, her and Jordan were very friendly with each other and all, high-fiving. So I was like, okay, that was interesting. Because we'll see where that goes, especially if Jordan is successful in taking the title from JC Jane, which I assume would be what's going to happen.
You assume, but
you never
know. So far, our prediction's been pretty spot on with what WWE is doing. So,
yeah, I would think that it's Jordan Grace that they'd want to give her at least a little run with the title before she gets called up. I mean, Roxanne, Stephanie, and Julia all got to have the NXT Women's Championship before they got called up. So it's like,
I mean, it means it's like, all right, once you put the strap on them,
it was Roxanne to Julia to Stephanie,
right? Right. And then if you think about it, so was Lyra.
Yeah.
So, and she beat Becky to get it.
Yeah. Lyra had a pretty decent run with the title before she got called up. It's like after she dropped it to Roxanne at Stay Deliver last year, she was called right up. There's an expanded version of the poster on Peacock, and there's some more people in there. Not Stephanie or Julia for some stupid reason, but Kiana James is on the expanded poster that's on Peacock.
I was getting ready to say, what about Kiana? Like, I know she's been rehabbing forever.
Yeah. Oh, maybe she'll make a return in the Battle Royal. It's like, because she's been working out with Natty at the Dungeon. She was rehabbing with Charlotte, so I assume hopefully she's going to finally be able to get back in the ring sometime soon. She must have had like an ACL injury or something. It's like
she did. She tore everything, dude. She tore everything.
She had to have had the full tear, just like Charlotte and Zoe had. So it's like, 'cause that's the only reason, because she's been out for just over a year now. So
Right.
it's like it had to be like ACL, MCL, meniscus, the whole shebang for her. I just saw it put out on social, the expanded side version of the poster. It's like, I'm like, Stephanie and Julia's still on there. Like, come on, guys. It's like,
Yeah, so she's been out since June 2024.
yeah.
And it was a leg injury. So
And, like, look at Asuka just came back and she was out for 13 months. So it's like, so hopefully that means that she's going to be finally getting back in the ring soon, and hopefully they'll do something with her, because like, it looked like they were trying to set up something with her before she got injured. It's like so we'll see where she fits into the picture. It's like, especially if she's going to come back as a I would assume she's going to come back as a heel. Who knows? We'll see.
yeah.
So
I am over this D'Angelo family stuff. I'm over it.
yeah, this thing is dragged out for way too long. It's like, I appreciate that Luca was just like, fuck both of you, I'm out of here. I've
Right.
had enough of this shit.
At least that was something different there.
At least that was something different.
Yeah, but I'm not. And Chase U, I don't know what they're doing. I still don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, the calling, at least I feel like that's going somewhere.
It's picking up some steam with me.
Yeah,
It's picking
it
up
is.
some steam.
Thea losing sucks, but it's obviously there's an obvious storyline here. It's like
She like got caught, and then Thea went, and then she was pinning her, and then grabbed it as he's counting three.
It's like, so like, she's been screwed. She's been screwed by referees not seeing stuff. So
She also just lost on speed to Fire.
yeah, I saw that. Fire's got the speed title shot.
Yeah.
So that feels like that's leading somewhere for Thea, and maybe some character growth for her.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's like they obviously see a lot in Thea, and it's like, I want to see her get I want to see her win a singles title.
Right.
It's like before she gets called up. It's like,
Yeah.
She's come a long way, and she's also really young too.
Yeah, she's like 22.
Yeah, she's like Roxanne's age. She's still really young. Like, when she started in NXT, she was still a teenager. It's like,
Right. That's why she was still in school.
Or 19.
That's why she was still in school, right?
Yeah.
For when she started with Chase U and everything.
Yeah.
Dark State.
People forget Rhea's still young too. I forgot. Rhea said, like, I'm 28 years old. I was like, I forgot. Oh my god, yeah. It's like Rhea's not even 30 yet. It's like,
No.
like, look what the career she's already had. She's
Right.
not even 30 yet. It's like,
Yeah. Joe Hendry, Wesley.
Wesley, that was fun.
That's fun.
Good stuff.
I
like how the setup where, like, Joe and Santana are like, we both agree Trick having the TNA title is bad. We need to get it back on a TNA person where it belongs. But they both think it should be that. So
Right.
that creates a nice little bit of tension between Joe and Santana, which I like. But it's like, but hey, we get Joe Hendry and Mike Santana again on NXT next week against High Rise. So I'm good with that. So I like it adds a little more intrigue to the triple threat at Slammiversary. Like, I don't know if you heard me. It's like, I love Joe Hendry like I do, but I really want to see Santana win the title.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Which is very possible because it's in New York, and that it's like he's going to be on home turf. He's going to get, the fans are going to be loud and proud for Santana at Slammiversary because it's in New York.
Yep, and when Santana wins, it's good for him, and then I'll boycott TNA. It's fine. It's fine. They shouldn't have taken the title off. Actually, though, taking the title off of Joe Hendry with this Trick run is the best thing that's happened to Trick.
No, Trick has been killing it with this heel run.
Yeah. So just good stuff all around there.
Plus, as Joe's so popular, it didn't hurt him to lose the title that way. So it's like it was a nice shocking moment. It's like, like I said, Joe Hendry could win it back, but it feels like it'd be cool for them to make Santana the guy. It's like, because, like, does Joe need to win the title back? Yeah, he could win the title back, but does he need the title?
I need to know what his contract is, because he's 1 foot out the door to WWE.
yeah, we know WWE is going to be like with Jordan Grace, can be like Joe, come on over, man. We want you.
Right. Remember that WrestleMania? You want that again, don't you? Yeah, I want WrestleMania.
It's like it's like the way it's like they're treating Joe like they treated Jordan, and what happened? Jordan came over, so it's like,
yeah.
And plus, if you want to build up other people, if they think Joe, there's a good chance that Joe is going to decide to go to WWE for a while. You want to have who better than to have Santana as your top babyface?
Yeah,
he's earned it. He's awesome. It's like he deserves to be crowned. So it's like that's why I'm a little torn because I'm like I love Santana and Joe Hendry, and it's like so I was like, Urgh. But I think one of them is going to be winning. I don't think Trick is going to be holding on to the title that much longer.
But Santana is on a.
He's been killing it. He's been killing it for. It's like he's really over. So we shall see.
Yeah,
but I love all that.
And WWE's kind of like I know he's kind of in the older time, but WWE's also looking at Santana too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that they're looking at Santana. It's like that's what they be making sure he's featured. He's been featured very well on NXT too. So I like the whole setup with people can say Jordan Grace maybe not has the best promo work, but I like her. She's got authenticity. It's like when she's talking, it feels real,
right?
And so it's like the crowd was slowly getting more and more behind what she was saying, and that's good, and that's a good thing. I liked what she said. It's like because she's had her up and downs in her NXT run so far. It's like she had the shot against Stephanie at the last PLA and she lost.
Right.
So kind of like am I good enough? It's like so that adds adds a little drama, and then you got Blake involved. It's like. Valence is being supremely cocky, it's like it's probably going to blow up in their face, it's like so. No, I'm fine with the tag match. It allows Blake to be on the PLE, because they didn't have they could have thrown her in the battle royal, but she probably wasn't going to win the battle royal. It's like because of NXT, so her being on the bash that's better than nothing. So. So that's all good. Man, it's like, did you watch her vlog where that she recorded on the day that she made her debut in NXT?
No, I didn't watch it. Sounds like it.
It was. She was really emotional. She's like this is my dream to be a WWE superstar, and it's like a part of me still can't believe it's actually happening. It's like that it's actually real.
Right.
She was excited and nervous and and shedding happy tears at the same time. So it's like I'm very happy. I'm excited for her. See what she's going to do in this NXT run.
So do it WWE. Listen to this show. Loser leaves NXT. I quit.
Quit match.
Just do it.
Because people are saying it's going to be a loser leaves NXT match. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But throw in I quit as well, because that'll rub the salt into Ethan losing even better. So it's like I love that idea. It's like cause as soon as Ricky said, okay, I'll deal with this gauntlet match. If I win, I get to pick the stipulation for a title match. I was like, yeah, here we go. It's like
it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
And then next thing you know, Ethan Page out of nowhere helping Team Heyman. Oh my God, he's from NXT. Anyway.
But yeah, no, he's going to be winning the gauntlet match against Vanity Project, and he's going to get to choose the stipulation, which I love that.
Yeah. Can we just start pushing Ren Sinclair?
Really, I feel like she's on ever since that performance she did at during the Iron Survivor match at Deadline at the end of last year.
Yeah,
I've been kind of waiting for it,
right?
Because she really showed me something in that Iron Survivor match with the stuff she was doing in that match, and it got to the point where the fans were rooting for her. It's because at one point everyone had gotten a pin pinfall except her, and they were rooting for her to at least score one.
Right.
So like she was getting the fans behind her. I like her, and yeah, I want more things for her, like Thea. It's like so. I'm all for that. But yeah. I like that they're pushing they're focusing on Miles, and now they're focusing on Tavion and giving those two a push that they deserve, because those guys are both great.
Those are great. And I like the finisher. I like the finisher.
No, I like that he finally has a proper finisher. Zigzag's a decent finisher. It's like so that was good to see. So it'll be very interesting what's going to happen between Tavion and Charlie Dempsey next week.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, no, it's a lot of flag. Just can we just move past the D'Angelo family, figure something out with Chase U? I like where the Colling's doing. I'm intrigued by Blake Monroe and the tag team match. So that's good there. So that's a way to at least show that, hey, we have to care about the Evolution match. So at least, but to still have the Blake Monroe stuff. So that's how to tie all that in. Thea needs to get some wins. I'm hoping they can. I'm interested to see what they decide to do with Tavion in the North Quarter thing. Yeah. You would think he'd probably beat Dempsey.
Hopefully we'll see. Some of the women that we're really high on will be in the Battle Royal at Evolution, because Jada Parker is on the poster, so I would assume she's definitely probably going to be in the Battle Royal at least.
Yeah, Jada, Lola, and Lash would definitely be.
I would expect those three at least.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Did you see Lola Vice is teaming up with Santino to try to win the mixed tag titles in AAA?
Yeah, that's right. I did see that. Forget who they're facing. There was one wrestler.
I forget the name of the team, but it's like,
yeah.
That people were like, oh.
Yeah, and then isn't Mr. Iguana doing something with another?
Maybe, I'm not sure. You have to look it up.
I don't know. But we are at that 2-hour mark, ladies and gentlemen. It was a solid show.
One last thing. The Okada Ibushi match, it played out like I thought. Okada won. Him and the Dogcast family tried to wreck Ibushi after the match. Kenny Omega returned, made the save. Him and Ibushi beat the crap out of Trent Beretta and stood tall. So,
yep, the Golden Lovers.
Yep, Golden Lovers are reunited.
Yep, guys, look up New Japan Pro Wrestling. If you don't know, now you know on that. But yeah, no, we did it. It's a Wednesday. You know what that means? It means it's a random episode of Ruckus Wrestling.
Yep.
On that. But
we'll be back next week at our usual Thursday night time.
Yes. But you all have a wonderful, safe 4th of July.
Yep, weekend.
All the fireworks and grilling and hot dogs and all that stuff. Do what you got to do and celebrate your all's day off on the Friday. So your nice 3-day weekend there. And like, subscribe, ring the doorbell as we go live back on our regular scheduled time on Thursday at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. Patreon.com/RuckusTV if you try to get into the YouTube space. Obviously, there was no Rev Sports Wrap It Up today, as we will be back to our regular scheduled programming, along with Sol and I doing our Rev Book Club on Monday the 7th, as we review Trevor Noah's autobiography on that as well. And on behalf of Justin and myself, it's been a fun time. You hear the song, you see us on the screen, but it's not about to be. We'll see y'all next time. 30 Dirty.